more often.
Saddam Hussein makes a propaganda tape with hostages. The embassy showdown approaches in Kuwait, and U.S. power on display in the Saudi desert. This is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting tonight with the 1st Tactical Fighter Wing of the United States Air Force in Saudi Arabia. Good evening. These are the warplanes, and these are the fighting men and women who are at the heart of the massive U.S. military buildup in this area. We'll show it to you up close and from the inside on tonight's broadcast. First, today's major developments. Saddam Hussein used an appearance on Iraqi television for a propaganda offensive today. In a videotaped broadcast, he was shown chatting informally with Western hostages in a bare conference room. As the children of some of the hostages watched, Saddam played a game of semantics, denying that they were being used as, quote, shields. Instead, he said their role as guests is, quote, preventing war. In Washington, the U.S. State Department called the incident shameful. In occupied Kuwait, non-essential staffers at the American embassy reportedly left today for Jordan. Iraq has ordered the embassy shut down tomorrow. The United States plans to defy that order. Here in Saudi Arabia, the 82nd Airborne staged its largest maneuver so far. Bob Simon has that story.
It was a massive display of power on parade. The 82nd Airborne took to the road here today in its first desert deployment, probably the largest in any foreign land since the campaign against Rommel in the Second World War. Thousands of men, hundreds of miles without the hint of a curve. Where the pavement stops, soldiers set up mortars and charted the sands, somewhere east of Riyadh and west of the moon.
I didn't think it was going to be so barren, and it's like almost dead out here. Nothing really lives out here except for a few camels we see walking by.
It's a shooting gallery for tanks, this terrain, but there was no shooting today. The Army's conserving its ammo, saving its missiles. This is part of the force the Iraqis would encounter should they cross the border, and restless GIs say they'd like it to happen the sooner the better.
I'm tired of waiting. I came down here to do something, and right now they're not doing anything.
On a clear day, which is every day, you can see forever, but there's nothing to see, just the sand and the sky, which are bleached the same color, on the beach, so many miles from the sea.
And we sit here, we wondering, sitting here waiting, wondering what's going on.
The Saudis had been reluctant to permit this exercise. They've got the room, they do not have the habit. They're just beginning to realize what's involved when you invite America in. Cargo planes are now landing on strips all over the country. Airfields with such a low profile, they're not on the map. Bases all built to American specs, all overbuilt, with more bunkers than warplanes, all ready for the Americans to come in, which has always been the Saudi strategy, which is exactly what's happening this week, right now. Bob Simon, CBS News, Saudi Arabia.
There was a different strategy being played out in Iraq today. Saddam Hussein appeared on TV for the first time in weeks with a group of at least 25 British citizens held in what was described as a key installation. In an assurance that must have been cold comfort at best, Saddam told the British families they were not hostages and would be treated in the same way as we treat the people of Iraq.
Stuart, are you getting your milk, Stuart? And with cornflakes too. I don't think all Iraqi kids can get cornflakes now.
It was strictly the Saddam show, but when the captive audience had a chance to speak, the isolation they feel was evident.
We appreciate that he has come in person simply because nobody else has been able to answer our questions. What's the time scale he thinks